this, some of these extra boxes that don't need to be here out of the way. What was that? I don't think that was what I wanted. I want to get rid of that climate control panel. I got my chat right here. I'm going to change the size of that window. All right. Let's give it a couple minutes. See if anybody stops in. And we'll give it a couple minutes to see if anybody filters in. There was a feature on here that I had, not last time, but the time before that, where I was able to, I was able to see how many people were watching. You don't have to make it round. You can make it come up and have the ends just tapers, or you can make it so that it's round, and it's all up to you. And that was kind of what a lot of the point of the day was. Over the cord there. Hey, Adam. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull it out, go over, drive the corners in so that we don't get a fish mouth when we taper it down. Flatten it. You want to make sure that while you're doing it, you know, you can see it's not round. I've left tapers on mine, and I think I'm going to leave it like that. But you want to make sure that your thickness doesn't get away from you either. So you're going to keep going back. Hang on, let me, left is right, right is left on this damn camera. All right, let me come in from this side. But you can see I kept that. When you hit it, it swells. I kept it in control. I'm still 3/8 or 3/16 of an inch all the way through. I might just leave it like that rather than rounding it. It really isn't going to make a whole lot of difference, to tell you the truth. And then, so if not, I would just go in and round it instead of making them flats, and that's pretty easy. Just back the corners in where the flats are, or where the corners are, and just keep doing that, and it will be round. If you want to do that, that's the simplest way to explain it. But now I'm going to come up. I'm going to leave 1.5 inches or so, and I'm going to pinch in a neck into it, where most people would use the guillotine tool. And hit it once. Now I know that when I go and hit it there, I'm hitting that corner, but I'm just establishing the mark, and then I'll go back in, flip it, flatten it. You can see I started making that neck down area that he did it with the guillotine tool. Not saying it's wrong, it's definitely not wrong, it's good. I'm trying to get away from doing that. I'm trying to get to where I can do some of this stuff by hand without having to use as many tools, so that when I do a demonstration I can do something without taking a ton of tools with me. Alright, now I may come in and put it there and flip over and use my peen instead of the edge of the hammer to get up into that and pinch it off better. When I do it, I gotta make sure I keep flipping it to keep it even. You can see I'm necking it down right there. Trying to keep them the two shoulders even. And this is not a huge project or anything like that. It's pretty fairly simple and straightforward. Like I said, every once in a while, if I go to a regional meeting and the demonstrations are kind of simple, I'll still like to come back and do them, because maybe you guys will, even if the project is simple, maybe you'll just pick something small up and be able to apply it to a different project. But the whole time I'm making sure I'm keeping my 3/16 thickness all the way through while I crush that down. So that it doesn't get out of hand on me, not out of control. Now I'm going to work back a little farther so I can get right into it, because I don't have to worry about hitting exactly in the right spot. And you'll see me moving up and down my anvil. The reason I do that, so you can see I'm drawing it down, pinching it off pretty good. I don't have, like I said, it's not that I don't have a guillotine tool. I got a couple few. But like I said, I'm also trying to learn how to do it without using as many tools. So I'm going to take one more heat and work that down a little bit more right at the neck. All right. These shoulders even and make that narrower. I'm pretty close to where I want to be. So what I'm going to do is just tap it to straighten it. Put it in the right spot. Just giving it some little taps just to knock down a couple small high spots. But that's pretty much the gist of it for now on that step. pull my handle down a little bit, and I'm going to go back in. Now, what I'm going to do is widen this out, and while I'm widening it out, I'm going to also put a taper down to each side. I want to leave the center this 3/16 thick. And that way I don't have where I come from the handle part. It's gonna, you know, when this actual piece that holds it meets the rest of it, I don't want a spot where it's thinner than the rest of it and have it break off. So what I'll do is leave that thickness. And this was what he did. It was a part of the demonstration that I hadn't seen it done that particular way before. So I'm going to spin my anvil, and you'll see when I come in and I'm trying to taper down, my hammer's at an angle and my piece of work is all the way right to the edge so that that corner doesn't dig in.